Welcome to the Carolina Beat, everyone. I'm over here with Tom Gale from Team Gale, Coldwell Banker Seacoast Advantage, and also John Kunis from Alpha Mortgages. How are you, my friends?
Great, how are you?
Well.
Alrighty, I want to know, and I'm sure everyone at home also wants to know, how are we with interest rates right now?
Excellent. They're at historic lows and the lowest currently since September of 2017.
Why is that, do you think?
Well, there's a lot of factors that weigh into it. Obviously the economy and more specifically the 10-year Treasury note.
Okay, well, what's the difference between a 15-year fixed rate and a 30-year fixed rate?
In the actual rate, it's about 0.5%, a little more.
Is that a big amount enough to be worried?
It is always better to go with a 15-year fixed term if you can afford the higher payment, because obviously it's amortized over 180 months rather than 360 months.
Well, that's
So
interesting.
paid off in half the time,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Really? Can I throw you a curveball before I get to the next part? Because I will ask you this first. What's an ARM, A-R-M?
So an ARM is an adjustable rate mortgage. It has a fixed rate for a certain period of time, and then it can adjust up or down depending on what the market's doing at that time.
And
Okay.
so that is, by the way, something that's good for somebody that knows that they're not going to be in the house for an extended period of time.
That's right.
And because if that rate goes up, especially when rates are at historic lows right now, you don't want to risk that. You probably, in most people's cases, would prefer a fixed. But if you know you're going to be transferred in a few years,
Like
maybe that adjustable
great for the
rate-
military people.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so now you say that, interesting. Do you believe in, like when you said a fixed rate, paying a slightly higher mortgage, how do you feel about paying more off than what you actually can to begin with?
Oh, it's
like it is a big difference,
Yes,
right?
it's an excellent idea, especially early in the process because you're paying so little in principal and almost all in interest.
Okay, what does it mean by buying down my rate? I've seen that written and I'm like, I don't know what that means. And should I do it?
So typically it costs about 1% of your loan amount, and it reduces the interest rate by about 0.25%. So it's really a simple math equation. Typically it takes about 5 years to recoup that 1% fee. So if you're going to be in the house long term, then yeah, it's definitely something to look at.
And one of the interesting things that I'm seeing right now is more and more people are staying in their homes for 7, 8, 10, 11 years. So at that point it does pay if they can afford to pay out of pocket right at that closing.
That's right.
Okay, now for people out there that may have not such a great credit score, how does that affect my interest rate? And would I be charged a higher rate if my credit score isn't amazing?
So yeah, unfortunately you're correct. 740 and above is considered excellent, and you will get the best interest rate available.
Does everyone have a 740?
No, not everybody.
I'm thinking, is that tough to get?
What happened in 2008 put a lot of people
Yeah.
in trouble with their credit
Yeah.
score. But it's still, when they're this historically low, you may pay a quarter higher in rate or half in rate. It's really not that different.
How do you suggest people getting their credit score up?
So we actually offer a free service. It's in-house, and our analysts will look at their entire credit report and advise them what to do to get their score up.
And there are actually some kind of fly-by-night companies too. Those are the ones that you want to shy away
be
from.
careful.
They'll kind of try and pull everything off of your credit score, but it's false, and then it goes right back on your credit score. So
What does that mean?
Don't pay those fly-by-night companies to try and mess with it.
You see them
So-
advertised on TV or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, exactly. So if you have somebody in-house with a reputable lender like Alpha Mortgage, then those are the people that are going to be not getting charged, not paying you, or getting charged for charging
Cleaning
you
it
for
all out.
exactly.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. We all know when it comes to buying or selling a home, getting a mortgage, you really do have to go with reputable people. One thing I did want to ask you, Tom, what happens if my home doesn't appraise?
Sure. Yeah.
What
Well,
does
of
that
course,
mean? It means it's not worth anything?
Well, if any buyer is getting their appraisal as a part of their loan process, which all mortgage companies are going to require that they get an appraisal to make sure the home is worth that. If it's not, and we've seen that happen recently, to where then the seller can either bring their sales price down, the contract price, to whatever it appraises for, or the buyer has the option, if they have the capability, of paying a little bit more and bringing that cash to closing, or maybe something in the middle.
Okay. Well, always good advice, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in again.
All right, thank you.
We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. If you want to find out more about Team Gale or also Alpha Mortgage, there it all is up on the screen, everyone. We'll be back after this short break.